I'm talking to my friend Mary Vargo, who is the horticulture agent in Greenville. And Mary, you told me that you had an internship where in France?
Claude Monet House and Foundation. Yeah.
Did it have any influence on your ideas about color and mixing plants?
Absolutely. I've always been obsessed with his work because it's so, it's that impressionism, the mix of those colors. And so being an intern there and being able to experience that and just seeing his world and seeing other people's reactions to his garden was so inspiring. So I've always just aimed to recreate that back home. So I just grow a mix of colors and textures and forms, and it just kind of transports me back there as if I was still there. I'd love to go back. But yeah, I just always try to grow something new every year.
And in South Carolina, there's always something that'll be blooming.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's right now I've got a bunch of red corn poppies coming up. So my garden looks very red at this point. A bunch of red scarlet bee balm coming up. And then it kind of transitions into more summer, and all my rudbeckia is just taking over. And that stuff reseeds like crazy. So it's like a swarm of yellow in the garden. So it's really fun to see it transition from spring, summer, fall, and see the colors kind of mix into each other. So yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of your favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, what I love, and I'd love to see more people grow, is Nigella. So Nigella, sativa, there's that Miss Jekyll mix, which is like a fun blue, whites, purple, pinks. And it's just such a fun flower. It's got a really cool look to it. It's in the carrot family, so it looks pretty similar to the foliage you'd see on Queen Anne's lace. So that's a fun, and it's a blue color, so that's pretty
always
uncommon.
Fun, yeah, and unusual.
So that's one of my favorites to grow, really early spring bloom, and it reseeds like crazy too. And the seed pods, you can dry them. So they look great. You can use the fresh flowers in the spring and then save the seed heads to use for crafts or decorative accents in your home.
Seed heads are so beautiful.
Absolutely.
In many cases.
Yeah, so poppies too. I love poppies. I let my poppies reseed quite a bit in my garden, so then I let them kind of just where they want to live. They live there in my garden. So got those red ones. I've got some Hungarian blue poppies, some bread seed poppies. California poppies are blooming right now that I really love. Bright orange colors.
Just effortless.
Oh God, they're just so graceful too. I love kind of setting them on an edge of a bed and letting them kind of spill over because they're pretty. They'll get long stems on them, but I think they look really nice when they're at an edge of a border. So those are really fun right now.
You don't believe in staying on the lines.
No, it's chaos and disorder always in my garden, but I enjoy
Well, how about
that.
midsummer?
So yeah, midsummer I have things like dahlias are kind of coming up. They're kind of towards the end of summer blooming, so I have quite a bit of dahlias coming up. I grew one last year called Totally Tangerine, and that one I think is like my favorite dahlia that I've ever grown. It's the color on it is just perfect. So that's always fun. Amaranth.
Yes.
I love amaranth. It gets really tall, and you can eat the seeds, and they're really good for you too. So,
how about that?
Yeah, I'll harvest the big plumy seed heads and do something fun with them. They also look great dried, but then they create so many seeds. So I have like little baby amaranth plants everywhere in my garden. Celosia, I've got some fun little feather flamingo looking ones. Those are really fun. Orlea, have you ever heard of that plant?
I don't know that one.
It's sort of a frilly white. It looks kind of similar to Queen Anne's lace, but it doesn't spread as aggressively as Queen Anne's lace. So if you like that look of Queen Anne's lace, but you don't want it to take over your entire yard, maybe go with Orlea. It's a gorgeous look and a great cut flower too. But yeah, bee balm, a bunch of mountain mint. I've got several species grown in my garden.
So you're also just pollinators are everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. And I've never been stung one time by a bee. Everybody's always so scared to step foot in this massive jungle of flowers in my backyard, and they're scared of bees. But I let them do their thing. They let me do my thing, and we're all just happy existing in there together. But yeah, it's so much fun. I love having color and texture to play with because I like to make cut flower arrangements.
I know you do.
So the more materials I have, the better for me I can create something. So every year I just start tons of seeds, and I really try to look for, when I'm ordering my seeds for the year, I'm looking for colors that are kind of in the same palette or family. I like complementary colors and like monochromatic colors. So I'm really into like peachy shades or more muted tones. I like bright colors, but I kind of tend to the more muted, more natural sort of colors like that. So when I'm making arrangements, I just try to make it as interesting as possible. I get easily bored by one or two things, and I can respect simplicity in a bouquet or arrangement, but I want people to stop and stare and look at it for a minute and look at all the different features.
Well, and some of the ones that we're looking at as we're talking, we see that that's...
Yeah, people are always tell me that it's very wild looking, and I take that as a compliment because I don't want it to look so structured. Yeah. It should mimic nature. I think I've achieved what I was going for if I get that compliment. So, yeah, the more I grow, the better the work looks.
So your challenge now is a new puppy who has to be taught that because your older dog knows that he's not supposed to go into the garden.
Absolutely.
So now you came home from the farmer's flea market with a new puppy.
With a new puppy. Who came for plants.
You're going to have to use your big girl voice.
Yeah, I know. I get on my alpha voice. But yeah, she's just so cute. She gets a break when she tumbles through the garden and breaks stems.
Well, and the way your garden is,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
No, if she's snapping things off, it's okay because things are getting yanked out and stuff is putting back in. So she'll learn. She'll learn.
Well, Mary, thank you so much. I want to come see it in person.
Yeah, you should. Come on over.
We'll make a plan.